Lord, aka Megaboots. In today's video, we're going to be looking at Dragon Box. Now, I believe that Dragon Box has a very likely chance to win the Pokemon 2024 World Championships. I've been playing quite a bit of this deck, and I've been really enjoying its just adaptability to every game that you're going to end up playing, being able to feel like you have a pretty solid answer to most things in the format, and I'm really enjoying that about this deck. So let's jump right in to that deck list. Alrighty, here we are at that deck list. Starting us off here with the star of the show, Regidrago V-STAR, with his attack Apex Dragon for 2 grass and 1 fire energy. Choose an attack from a dragon Pokemon in your discard pile and use this attack. And then its ability here for its V-STAR power, Legacy Star. During a turn, you may discard the top 7 cards of your deck and then put 2 cards from your discard pile into your hand. So it doesn't have to be the 7 cards that you discard. It can be anything in your discard pile, including those 7 cards. So very powerful, being able to just pull back that Prime Catcher if you need it, or literally even just an energy if you need that as well. But for our draw engine here, we do play 3 copies of Teal Mask Ogerpon EX for that ability Teal Dance. Once in your turn, you may attach a basic grass energy from your hand to this Pokemon. If I attach energy to a Pokemon this way, you get to draw a card. And it has a pretty decent attack, being Myriad Leaf Shower for 3 grass energy, 30 plus. This attack does 30 damage for each energy attached to both active Pokemon. Really helpful in that Charizard matchup specifically. And then, of course, for our kind of pseudo attackers per se, the things that we're trying to get into our discard pile to use for that Apex Dragon, we do play 2 copies of Dragapult EX because we are trying to get Dragapult in there pretty consistently, especially with like Gardevoir and Lost Box being a pretty solid deck right now in the format, and something that you're going to play against quite often. For that Phantom Dive attack, 200 damage, puts 6 damage counters on your opponent's bench Pokemon in any way you like. So being able to kind of spread some damage counters and being able to hit for 200 is pretty nice. We do have a Giratina V-STAR in there. We can't really get to that Star Requiem because we have no way to put cards in the Lost Zone. So we're heading for that Lost Impact for 280 damage. Put 2 energy attached to your Pokemon in the Lost Zone. And then we have a Squawkabilly in here for that Squawk and Seize. And Motivate isn't a bad attack in this deck, actually. For just 20 damage for 1 energy, attach up to 2 basic energies from your discard pile to one of your bench Pokemon. So being able to Motivate for 20 and then put 2 energies onto a Regidrago V can be pretty helpful in a pinch. And then, of course, we also play 1 copy of Dragonite. I really like this card in Dragon Box for that Energy Hurricane for 180 damage. Search your deck for up to 3 basic energy cards and attach them to your Pokemon in any way you like. So it allows us to power up our Mew EX for that genome hacking if we ever need to do that, or just even get any more energies onto a second Regidrago if we need it. Teal Mask Ogerpon EX as well could be very useful. So it's really great in a pinch, being able to just hit for 180, put 3 energy on pretty much whatever we want. Can be very helpful. And then we have Goodra V-STAR for that Rolling Iron, 200 damage during your opponent's next turn. This Pokemon takes 80 less damage from attacks. And then we do have a Cleffa here. It's kind of like a nice extra pivot. And for that Grasping Draw early in the game, it has been very helpful as well, being able to just, for free attack, Grasping Draw, draw cards until you have 7 cards in your hand. And then for the last kind of pseudo attacker in the deck, we have Noivern EX, or actually both attacks in this deck. Covert Flight for 70 damage during your opponent's next turn, prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks from basic Pokemon. Very nice into any Ancient Box matchup, Future Box matchups. Even decks like Raging Bolt Ogerpon has a hard time getting around that. Things like that can be very helpful for that. Miraidon is another one that comes to my mind as well. And then we have that Dominating Echo for 140. During your opponent's next turn, they can't play any special energies or stadium cards from their hand, which can also be very helpful because it kind of will slow down a little bit of your Lugia opponent just attaching energies for turn. They can still use Primal Turbo, but won't be able to just add an extra one from their hand, which can be very helpful as well. Or even control matchups as well, trying to get to like maybe that Wigglytuff they want or anything like that. Just that double turbo attach or something can be very helpful. And then for the supporters here, we got 4 Professor's Research, 3 Boss, 2 Iono, 1 Penny, 4 Ultra Ball, 4 Earthen Vessel, 4 Energy Switch, 4 Nest Ball, 2 Spirit Energy Retrieval, 1 Switch, 1 Canceling Cologne, 1 Prime Catcher, 8 Grass Energies, 3 Fire Energies. And then for the Pokemon, we got 3 Regidrago V, 3 Regidrago VSTAR, 3 Teal Mask Ogerpon EX, 2 Dragapult EX, 1 Giratina VSTAR, 1 Squawkabilly EX, 1 Dragonite, 1 Mew EX, 1 Hisuian Goodra VSTAR, 1 Cleffa, and 1 Noivern EX. Now let's jump right in to that gameplay. Alrighty, here we are at that Dragon Box gameplay at the coin flip here. Tails, of course, and we do want to go first. I want to try to evolve my Regidrago V into V-Star pretty much as soon as I possibly can, so I can hopefully get a very quick attack off. I do end up starting with Mew EX here in the active spot. Just very nice that I'm able to put up Mew EX and be able to free retreat out of that. Also, the Regidrago V on the bench here. We do have Ultra Ball, so we can discard that Dragonite and Hisuian Goodra V-Star, which can be pretty helpful. But we also are going to Nest Ball here. We are going to have that Squawkabilly EX, so we're going to grab that here, attach that Fire Energy, Ultra Ball, pitch both of those, grabbing ourselves another Dragon Pokemon here because we are going to be able to use that Squawk and Seize. So we're going to be able to discard another one here. So Squawk and Seize, going to discard that, get 6 fresh cards in the hand here. Going to Nest Ball here, grab myself that Teal Mask Ogerpon EX. Be able to Teal Dance, attach that Grass Energy to the Ogerpon to draw a card. Going to be able to get that Dragapult, Ultra Ball, pitch Dragapult, pitch Boss. And I'm going to grab myself that Regidrago V-Star. And unfortunately, I can't restart because I do have 3 cards in hand. So we're just going to pass turn here. Our opponent going to have that Pidgey up in the active spot. Not too sure we're playing as. Could be Charizard Pidgeot, could be Charizard Dragapult Pidgeot, could be just Dragapult Pidgeot. There's tons of different decks right now that are playing just Pidgeot itself. Even Control plays Pidgeot. So we do end up seeing an Earthen here from our opponent. Just kind of waiting to see what we got going on. They're going to grab that Buddy PAF in here. So it's probably going to tell us exactly what we need to know. And we see that Dreepy and that Cleffa come down, as well as another Pidgey here. They're going to be able to attach that Fire Energy to that Pidgey. Going to be able to have access to that Call for Family if they want. But they're going to actually retreat out of that into that Cleffa to draw 3 cards. So that kind of tells me this is like Dragapult Pidgeot more than it is anything else. So we're going to be able to evolve our Regidrago V into Regidrago V-Star here. We're going to be able to also have Penny, and we're going to be able to Legacy Star this turn. We're going to be able to retreat out of the Mew EX. So we're going to Legacy Star, discarding the top 7 cards from our deck. We're going to grab Energy Switch and Earthen Vessel. And the reason I grab those is because I want to be able to pull off that attack this turn. So we're going to Earthen Vessel, pitch that Noivern EX, be able to attach that Grass Energy to the Regidrago V-Star here. Gonna be able to Teal Dance to put the Grass Energy to the Ogerpon, draw another card, bench the Regidrago V. Gonna be able to Penny, pick up that Squawkabilly EX. So I don't have that, just 2 prizers sitting there on the bench. Energy Switch, move a Grass from the Ogerpon to the Regidrago, retreat, and going to be able to also have that restart. So restart into the Cleffa here, or restart, draw the Cleffa, retreat, going to be able to Apex Dragon here. We're going to pick Phantom Dive, and we're going to put 6 damage counters wherever we would like. So 5 on a Pidgey to take a KO, and 10 on a Dreepy. So we're going to KO that Cleffa and that Pidgey here. So we're at a 4-6 split with a pretty convincing lead right now. Our opponent only having that Pidgey and that Dreepy there. But they are going to be able to probably pull off a couple rare candy maneuvers here. So we're going to have to see. They're going to Ultra Ball, pitch that Turo Scenario and that Psychic Energy to find that Pidgeot EX here. Rare candy on that Pidgeot EX. So they're going to have access to that quick search ability, being able to search their deck for any one card they would like and not have to reveal it and just put it directly into their hand. So we're going to have to see what our opponent is going to be able to cook up here. The nice part is that Dreepy doesn't have any energies attached to it, so we're in a pretty okay position here. So they're gonna Iono, putting us to 4, put them to 6. We're gonna get ourselves into Boss, Research, Prime Catcher, and Grass Energy, but they Iono themselves into that Neo Upper Energy, being able to just cover both of those. Rare candy into that Dragapult, Ultra Ball to find the Dragapult, and they're gonna be able to Super Rod here, putting 3 energies back into the deck, 2 fire and a psychic here. Quick search on top of that, gonna be able to search their deck for any one card, put it into their hand here, finding that Buddy Poffin to grab themselves a Mander and a Dreepy. So we are playing against the Charizard Dragapult Pidgeot deck here. So they're gonna Phantom Dive for 200, put 6 damage counters any way they would like. So they're gonna put 5 on the Regidrago V, 10 on the Ogerpon here, and then 200, of course, to that active Regidrago V-Star. We're gonna draw a Regidrago V-Star, so we're gonna be able to evolve our Regidrago V into V-Star this turn. We do have access to Boss as well. We're gonna have access to that Prime Catcher this turn. We're gonna be able to Teal Dance this turn as well if we would like. We're gonna have access to quite a bit of stuff. So we're going to Prime Catcher here, pull up that Pidgeot EX, going to be able to go into our Mew EX, retreat back out of it, going to be able to Teal Dance, attach that Grass Energy, draw a card. We're going to draw another boss. We're going to have 2 boss orders, but we're going to research those away here. We're going to Nest Ball, grabbing ourselves another Ogerpon EX, going to be able to Energy Switch here, moving 1 Grass Energy to that Regidrago V-Star, going to be able to attach the Fire Energy to the Regidrago V-Star, and then Energy Switch one more time to the Grass Energy to that Regidrago V-Star, Earthen Vessel, pitch the Canceling Cologne to get 2 Grass Energies. We don't really need Canceling Cologne in this matchup, so we're going to get those 2 Grass Energies here, Teal Dance, attach that Grass Energy, get the Squawkabilly here, and then we're going to be able to Lost Impact, pitch 2 energies, and we're going to pitch literally the 2 energies off that active Regidrago V-Star to take a KO on that Pidgeot EX, completely shutting off that quick search ability. So now, yes, our opponent is going to be able to take 2 prizes here. However, the reason that I took off those 2 energies off the active Regidrago V-Star is I pretty much predicted that my opponent was going to take the KO on my active Regidrago V-Star. So getting rid of those energies doesn't really feel that bad to me, because in order for them to take prizes, that's kind of the only option they really have. They're going to Nest Ball for that Lumineon here to be able to attach that Forest Sealstone to be able to have access to that Star Alchemy, being able to search their deck for any 1 card and put it into their hand. So now we're going to have to see here what they're going to be able to cook up with that 1 card that they're going to get. And they're going to grab that Dracloak, being able to Recon Detective. Look at the top 2 cards, 1 in their hand and 1 to the bottom. So they're going to put 1 card into their hand, 1 to the bottom here. And then Phantom Dive for 200 damage. Place 6 counters wherever they would like. So 10 to the Ogerpon, 20 to the Mew EX, and then 3 to the Regidrago V-Star here. So we're going to put up that Mew EX, and I'm pretty sure we have this game just about locked out. We do need to find a couple things like Prime Catcher, or maybe even like a boss would be nice. So we're going to have to see here. So we're going to Earthen Vessel, pitch that Squawkabilly for that Fire Energy here, and we're just trying to see what we can pull off. So we're going to be able to also attached energy, have Switch, Iono, Professor's Research. I'm really trying to figure out what my best option is here. So we're going to attach that Fire Energy so I can potentially start setting up that genome hacking here. Play the Iono, going to be able to restart for that 1. Finding a Regidrago V-Star, Ultra Ball, pitch both of those. And this is at a point where I have Regidrago V and Teal Mask Ogerpon EX. And I'm just trying to see what I have left. So we're going to bench that Teal Mask Ogerpon EX. And I didn't really need to, but I figured just the more Teal Dances, the better, because I still have access to that Switch as well in my deck here. So I am going to Rolling Iron for 200 damage, and then going to be able to take 80 less from that Dragapult. So that puts me in a pretty decent position, because they're only going to be able to hit me for 120 with that Dragapult EX. So I almost forced my opponent to be able to have Rare Candy Charizard, retreat out of that Dragapult, and then take a KO with Charizard EX. So we're going to have to see if our opponent can pull that off here. That Dracloak going to be able to look at the top 2. Arven going to be able to find that Rare Candy if they have it in the deck here. So they're going to find that Rare Candy, and they do have that Charizard EX, and they hang away Ultra Ball for earlier in the turn here. So you're going to be able to Rare Candy into that Charizard EX this turn. Be able to retreat out of that Dragapult into the Charizard here to take 2 prizes on a Regidrago V-Star. But that's not too big of a deal for us, because like I said, we're in a position where if I can just find my way into an energy or something, I might be able to take a KO on that Charizard EX with my Teal Mask Ogerpon EX, because it's a really great attacker into that Charizard, being able to hit that Charizard for weakness, which is really key. So we're gonna have to see what we can pull off here. We kind of have genome hacking off the table unless we can find like boss or something, but we don't have any of those left in the deck here. So they're gonna Burning Darkness for 220 damage, or 200, and I think maybe a little more than that, like 280 or something, and then 270, sorry, to take a KO on that Regidrago V-STAR here. Gonna be able to have Professor's Research. We're gonna restart first here. Gonna have Superior Energy Retrieval. So we're gonna Superior Energy Retrieval, pitch the 2 cards in my hand, grab 4 Grass Energies. We're gonna be able to Teal Dance the 1 to the Ogerpon EX, draw a card here, and then be able to attach again for turn. And I'm kind of just checking to make sure I have this in lock right now. So attach for turn, retreat into that Ogerpon, be able to Myriad Leaf Shower for 420 damage to take a KO on that Charizard EX to win us the game against Charizard Dragapult Pidgeot with our Dragon Box deck. And that is just to showcase only some of the things that this deck is capable of. There's so many answers. At that point in the game, we used Dragapult's Phantom Die to take 2 prize cards in the beginning of the game. And then we used Lost Impact from that Giratina VSTAR to take a KO on that Pidgeot EX to shut off that Quick Search ability. And then we literally won the game off of Teal Mask Ogerpon EX with that Myriad Leaf Shower. This deck is a true toolbox deck, being able to have so many answers to so many different decks in our format. Now let's jump right in to that outro. Alrighty, that's gonna do for today's video. I'm gonna make sure to put that Dragon Box deck list in the description below, so you guys want to try it out for yourself, you'll be able to. If you guys enjoy the content I've been making so far here on the channel, don't forget to leave a like, smash a subscribe button. I really would appreciate it. And I'll see you all in the next one. Peace!